Hi, welcome to class. Today we are going to be working on hips. So I have a workshop coming up in a couple weeks, September 20th, and it's all about reconnecting to your creativity and passion. And in the yoga world, one way to do that is to connect to this space in your body. So hips and pelvis, low back, this whole area, because our second chakra is all about intimacy, creativity, passion. So that's where we'll be working today. And if you're interested, you can always sign up at the link below for my workshop coming up. Okay, so a lot of people have tightness in this hip low back space, and we're going to work into that nice and slow and slowly build up. Always choose the options that work for you. We're going to start on our mat. So come all the way down, back to the floor. Take the feet as wide as the mat and let the knees fall in together. Good. Arms can rest wherever it's comfortable. So this shape is called constructive rest. And it's a really good release for hip flexors and your psoas muscle, which is a big muscle that runs from your inner thigh all the way through your pelvis to your low back. It's a big mover, and it doesn't always get a lot of attention, and it can also be really tight. So we're going to start here for another minute or so. Let's find some calm breathing, maybe in and out through the nose, or in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. A few more breaths here. Good. 2 more breaths. Very good. From here, take the arms out wide like a T. Knees go more up towards the ceiling. So if they're falling in towards each other, we're taking the knees straight up towards the ceiling, and we'll start a rock side to side. So you get to make this movement as big or as little as you want. Good. Couple more rocks side to side, just starting this movement in the hips and pelvis. Great. Bring it back to center. Let's take the right knee in towards the chest. Left leg can stay bent, or you can slide it long so the heel reaches towards the bottom of your mat. Take a couple breaths here. Hug that knee in. And then switch it out. Left knee comes in. Again, right leg can stay bent, or it can slide long. Very good. Again, one more breath. Nice. Both knees come into the chest this time. Rock a little bit. Start to massage that low back somewhat. Good. You can rock front to back to come to seated, but sometimes if we're dealing with tension in the low back hip area, it might feel better to roll to the side and then press your way up to a seated position. Okay, we're only going to be seated for a little bit because it can be a lot on hips and low back to sit cross-legged. Just want to do a little bit of neck and shoulders here. So chin to the chest. Move the head a little bit side to side. Good. Work out any sticky spots here. Great. Bring the head back to center. Shoulders roll up and back a couple times. Inhale. Hands are going to reach out and up. Right hand takes a hold of left wrist. Reach up and over. Good. Switch it out. Other side. Nice. Back to center, all the way down. So now we're going to come to hands and knees into our tabletop shape. I'm going to grab my blocks just because they can be useful when we're dealing with hips, especially if your hips feel a little more tight today. If you don't have blocks, that's okay. Maybe you've got a chair you can use to put your hands on, or a coffee table, or a couple books. Anything that works for you works for me. So we're going to take those blocks out in front. Just set them to the side for the moment. Hands are going to come to the floor or the mat into your tabletop shape. Let's do a few cat and cow moves. So tilt the pelvis down, lengthen through the front of the body. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin. Good. Let's do it a couple more times. Inhale, open up that front body. Exhale, round the spine. And again, one more time. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, round. Great. Take those blocks underneath the hands. I'm going to use that highest height, and we're just going to rock the hips a little side to side. So getting into that kind of outer hip glute space. Good. And then take your right foot, bring it forward in between the blocks. Good. Shift forward and back a couple times. Nice. And then you're going to take your block to the inside of the foot and kind of scoot that foot out, maybe even comes off the mat. So nice big open hip space here. Again, with the hands on the blocks, it just gives you a little more room. You can always take the hands down to the mat or lower on the blocks. And let's stir the knee in big circles. Doesn't matter which direction you go. We're going to go both ways. Good. Switch it out. Other way around. More times. Very good. Take that right foot, bring it back to meet the left. Let's switch it out. Left foot comes forward. Same thing here. Start a little front to back. Good, then take that left hand to the inside of the foot, scoot that left foot all the way out to the side, and we'll make some big circles. Let me show you here. So big circles. Yep, that's the way. Keep it going. A few more times around, and switch directions. Good. You got it. 2 more breaths. Fantastic. Bring those legs back to center. Blocks can scoot out to the side. Let's take the hips back towards the heels. Nice big stretch, child's pose. Forehead to the hands or the floor. Palms meet the mat. Tuck the toes, hips lift, down dog. Pedal the feet out a little bit. Press through one heel and then the other. Find your forward fold. Feet towards the hands or hands towards the feet. Head is heavy. Inhale, halfway rise. Long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Good. Exhale, hands in prayer. Nice. So as we move through different shapes for the hips, it's great to work on flexibility and opening the hips, but it's also really important to work on stability and strengthening that area so we can have a balanced space, balanced and supported. We're going to take the weight to the right foot. And sometimes when we come into balancing, instead of having our hips kind of stack over the heels like we do when both feet are on the floor, when we take one foot to the floor, sometimes we kind of pop this hip out. So if that happens to you, start to take your weight to your right foot. Notice what happens. And then if you can, kick down through that heel. So when you kick down, you automatically hug in these hip muscles, these extra supporters here. And that's what we want. We want to keep that nice and engaged when we try to lift the left foot. So maybe the knee turns out and the toes stay on the floor. Maybe we take the foot to the calf, maybe up to the inner thigh. Anywhere is great. but keep that hip nice and strong. Good. Arms can come by the sides, out wide. You can even reach them towards the ceiling. Good. 2 more breaths. Thinking about here. Really kicking that standing foot down. Good. Release and shake it out. Let's try the other side. Again, we're going to shift the weight to the left. Right toes touch. Then kick that heel down. Feel that hip hug in. Great. Right knee can turn out. Toes can stay on the mat. Maybe we lift the foot if you feel steady. Remembering keeping this hip hugging in. Not popping out. Hugging in. Good. Hands can go where you want. A couple more breaths to go. Very nice. Release, shake it out. All right, let's do a few standing poses with our awareness and focus on the hips. So come to the front of your mat. You're going to take a step back with your left foot. We're going to come into Warrior One first. And what I want you to think about here in Warrior One, right foot forward, left knee back, is sometimes this knee kind of falls in towards the center. So you can even take your hand to the outer thigh or the outside of the knee and press the knee into that hand. Engaging outer thigh, outer glute, finding that stability here. Good. 2 more breaths. Let me move back a little bit so you can see a bit better. So weight is on that right foot. Knee is tracking out towards the pinky edge of the foot. Take the arms out to the sides. We're going to press into that right foot. Use those strong outer glutes, outer thighs to come to stand. And maybe we find that tree pose again. Okay, so we take that left foot back. Use stability. Bend the knee. Good. And then step it forward. Use these outer glutes to turn that knee out. And stand tall. Good. Let's take it one more time. Take it back. Good. Into this right foot. Press forward. Left knee comes through. Out to the side. You got it. A couple more breaths here. Nice. Release. And shake it out. Okay. Other side. So again, you come to the front of your mat. This time we're going to take a step back with the right foot. Left knee is forward. So with that left knee forward, try to bring that knee out towards the pinky toe edge of the foot. Maybe hand comes to the outer knee or outer thigh and press the leg into the hand. Once you've got that, arms can go by the sides. Great. Now we're going to step into this foot. Take left leg forward and bring it out to the side. Sorry, right leg forward. Yes. What's happening with this standing hip? Press down. Make sure it's hugging in. Now we're going to use that stability. Take it back. Find that balance again. Right leg goes back. Wonderful. Take it forward. Use this outer hip to turn that knee out. So both hips, legs are working, opening up through the chest, opening up through the hips. Good. Send it back. Let's do it one more time. Press into that front leg. Take that right knee out to the side. Good. And even here, feel this right foot and the left leg press together. Good. Changes up that balance for sure. 2 more breaths. You're doing great. Wonderful. Release. And just shake it out. Shake those legs out. Good. Let it go. Okay. Let's take a nice wide-legged stance. Toes are going to turn out a little bit. Heels in. Knees bend. So another thing that happens here in this goddess shape or horse stance, whichever one you want to call it, again, the knees kind of fall towards center. So maybe hands come to the outer knees, outer thighs, press into those hands. Use those outer leg muscles. A couple more breaths here. If you want to add some arms in, maybe hands come out to the sides, elbows bent like goalposts. Good. And we'll add a little side stretch too. So take right hand down, left arm up and over, big stretch. And then switch. Left hand down, right arm reaches. Good. Back to center. Straighten those legs. Turn the toes to the long side of the mat. Hands come to the hips. Nice and tall. Tilt the pelvis forward. Hands come down to the legs or grab one of those blocks or fingertips to the floor. Good. Now we're stretching all those muscles we've been using. Few breaths here. Wonderful. Bend the knees. We're going to walk the hands to the front of the mat. So wherever that is for you, we'll take that front foot back, come into your plank or half plank. From here, you can go right into child's pose if you want, or maybe a vinyasa, slowly lowering down. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale. Release back to child's pose or downward facing dog for 5 breaths. Slowly coming back up. And we'll transition onto our backs. So come all the way down to the mat. Great. Once you reach the floor, knees come into the chest. Rock around a little bit. Feet to the mat. Right ankle to left thigh. Figure 4 shape. Stay right here if you want, or hug the legs in closer by bringing the palms behind the left thigh. Soften upper body, shoulders and neck and jaw. Few breaths here. Slowly release and switch out. Other side. Again, you can stay right here with the foot on the floor. If you want, you can hug the legs in closer. This time, hands come behind the right thigh. Very nice. Releasing that side. Both feet to the mat. We've got one more stretch here for you. Bring the knees into the chest one more time. 3 different options. Option 1, stay right where you are. Knees kind of closer together. Resting here. Or maybe knees come a bit farther apart, feet together. Hands can come to shins or ankles, kind of like a butterfly shape. Or if your hips feel ready for it and it's comfortable for you, you can take the hands to the ankles or the feet and find your way into happy baby. Good. Any one of these variations are great. Staying wherever you are for another few breaths. Slowly releasing the feet back to the mat. And maybe coming back into that constructive rest. So feet wide, knees together. Or if it feels okay, maybe legs go long and wide, arms can rest. Sorry about that. Head is heavy. Settling into this place for rest. If it feels okay, hands may come to that low belly, kind of around the belly button. Breathing into that space. Maybe even visualizing your favorite color of orange, favorite shade of orange in that space. As you breathe in, that orange becomes a little more bright. And as you exhale, that orange softens. Almost like it's glowing with each inhale. Slowly bringing that awareness back to the body. Eyes can blink open. Body starts to move. Eventually, we'll meet together in a seated position. Inhale, taking one more breath together. Hands rise. Exhale, hands in prayer. Hope you enjoyed the session today. Hope you feel a little more free in your hips and low back. And if you're curious about my workshop coming up, about curiosity, about creativity, about play, about passion, information is below. And we have the workshop live, but you can always come back and watch it as a replay. If you have any more requests for any other classes, please let me know. I'm here for you. Thank you so much for being here.